Hey, what's up guys, this is Johan, and on this video we'll be doing the update for the 2018 Rico's Nano Tank Challenge October update. Alright guys, so for the most part the 20-gallon Nano is right over there, is doing pretty much fine. And in this video what I'm basically gonna be doing is moving some coral around, doing a water change, so I could drain out some of the water, so I can stick my hands down in the tank without it overflowing, moving some coral around, especially the large Euphyllia. They are just overgrown right now, so I may just move some stuff around, put them lower in the tank, or let me show you what I mean. Alright guys, so here is the 20-gallon Nano, looking fine. I did a video, oops, try and turn the white lights on, a little bit too wide, there we go. Alright, so I did a video on Monday where I introduced this new filter right here. It's been working awesomely, but I still need to do a water change anyways, because I did do a bit of heavy feeding yesterday. So a couple of things that has changed about this Nano Aquarium. All the corals look a little bit closed up because as you guys can see, the bubbles are on. I turned the protein skimmer on, and I haven't run it for about almost a month or so. So the Euphyllias don't really like the bubbles that much, so it kind of irritates them. For me that is good because I am planning on moving. I was gonna frag the Euphyllia, but I changed my mind on this large frog spawn here because even though they are branching, there are some areas, so you can see right in between here that it is getting ready to add a little head right in the center. You can see that little head growing, so I didn't want to mess this coral up per se, so I'm just gonna go ahead, probably move it to like down here. Once this camera focuses, yeah, down here, or I was thinking of moving that as Forest Fire Digitalis from there, putting it lower down right where that snail is right there. Or is that crab? Snail crab, wherever that shell is right there, moving it down here, and then having the Euphyllias up top. Another thing that has changed are my feather dusters. The one in the back, you could see how short the feathers or the crown. It went ahead and shed its crown. Feather dusters do shed the crown once in a while. I thought they would have shed their crown maybe the second or third day after I put them in, but after about I would say about 3 weeks it shed its crown. And that was just me thinking the way I did add them into the system, they were exposed to air, so I was expecting the crowns to shed, but it shed last week. So within a week it has grown this much. So this is about let's see, half an inch, quarter inch or so. Yeah, about half an inch of growth. And then this one still has its crown, but some feathers are missing, so it's probably going to shed its crown in a little bit as well. So maybe next week or two it's probably going to shed its crown. Yep, so just moving around. Another thing I did add, you could see it right up front right here. Let me zoom up for you so you can see it. I have a clam and it has been moving around a lot. Focus. I think this is a Maxima clam. This won't focus. Focus, come on, just. Alright, there we go. So this is a Maxima clam. It looks a little bit brown because of the filter I have on. Let me remove this. So there you go. You can see the nice blue color. So this Maxima clam is doing well. It's been moving around. I put it all the way back there, and it has made its way all the way to the front glass. And it's kind of been pushing this for, this plate, a plug of polyp corals, which has exploded in the last month. It went from, when I first put it in, it was only like 4 little polyps, and then now it's this entire. I first put it in, it's like 4 polyps, and then now it's just all over the rock, and it's starting to spill over to the sand bit, so I need to move that around as well. Oh wow, I just noticed that one of my coral, which is behind this pavona right there, that red Monty, was on the rock up here and it fell over, so I need to go ahead and glue that back on and get this canister filter out, clean it up, and put it back in and let it run for like a day or so. But for the most part, you know, everything's still doing the same, just a couple of changes. This coral is plating out so much more than what it was. This reflection is killing me. Let's see if this will help. Still not. So, you know. So that's that for the 20-gallon Nano. The pipefish is still here, doing awesome, always on the hunt. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the water. One of the corals that did actually explode in growth is this aqua right here. So it started off as a tiny little frag. I'll put a picture right next over here so you can see what I mean. It was started with a tiny little frag, and now it's just exploded. I have the same piece down here, but this piece just exploded in growth. Then I have another little piece of it back here. That one hasn't grown out, but it's more or less based out more than anything else. So it based out a little bit more. The camera didn't focus because I have so many bubbles. So anyways, let's go ahead and start this water change, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I've just finished draining all the water that I need to. Now I'm gonna head and start rearranging some of the corals. I think I accidentally broke one of my pavonas that was right up here when I reached back in the hand. That's one thing I don't like about this system. It's kind of a bit skinny with the whole way I did design it, but you know, that's a small piece of coral that broke off, but the rest of the colony should still be fine. So let me get ready to go ahead and move some coral. One way to get your hands clean, I think I showed this in the video before, get your hands clean enough for your system. First you gotta wash your hands off with some soap and water. I think a company just released some reef safe soap, so I may look into getting that. But anyways, you rinse your hand off with some soap, then you take your hand and the water you just removed from your system, or if you have some extra salt water laying around, you just rinse your hand off in that. So any oils that's on your hands is gonna just come off in that salt water bucket. Alright guys, so I am completely done with the water change. I moved some corals around. I accidentally broke a few pieces of this Monty right here, so there's a frag right there, and then I put another frag right there, so those should grow out. Oh, that frag is behind there, but those should grow out just nicely. Just a little bit, where did it go? Okay, so right there. So it should grow out just fine, and crusting the rock. I'm thinking of putting a fathead dendro or a sun coral right here. This is a low light area, and I wanted a splash of color, so I guess yellow would be a nice in between. Or the fathead dendro is like almost an orange-ish color, so it will fit right here. And as this coral grows, it is an encrusting Monty, but it is encrusting over itself, so it's starting to encrust over itself and widen its reach. So it's gonna become a shadow caster. Also, this one right here is gonna start casting shadows, and that one and that green one over there. So I want something that's right in between. I think the fathead dendro does not sting, and the sun coral does sting. I'm not sure, so that's what I'm planning to put in here. Anyways, let's move down to the next rock down at the bottom. So I move this euphyllia, both frog spawn up and kind of to the center. That way, that will give this more space. I'll still have to wait to take a look to see, because once the corals, once the frog spawn open up completely, I'll get an actual view of how wide they are. And then I also move this torch coral from the bottom to the top, so there's two torches up here now. And this one, I remember when it started with one little head, and it has the polythora corals behind it. Now it's time to encrust and come back to the way it was when I originally got it, with the torch and the polythoras mixed in together, creating one nice kind of coral. So they're coming and they're starting to do what's just do, so it's pretty good. I'm happy about that. Also, I moved this stylophore right here from the focus. I moved that stylophore right there from the sand bed. Was sitting there for a little bit, and it was getting stung by this coral that's down here. It's hard to focus. Okay, there we go. Well, not this one. That was the twin. This one. So these three corals were in the sand bed, but I decided to move them up. This one's a little higher. I left the frag plug on there because this coral sends out sweepers at night. You don't see it, but when they do come out, they sting the coral. So if you look at the edge right there, it's white, and then the center piece, that's white as well, and that's just from it being stung. Again, sting by the this coral. I think it's some kind of Cyphastria or some kind of chalice coral. I'm not 100% sure. I'll put a close-up picture of it, see what it looks like. But for the most part, everything is look like it will do okay with the new where we arranged it, but I still have to wait to see. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the house for a couple hours and then come back in and then see what that looks like. So another thing that changed is my pink you call it, it's my pink anemone, my pink rock flower anemone. It's starting to get pink again. It did change color to just red and green, and now it's back to being pink, and it's on top of the rock. So I gotta go ahead and feed it. I haven't fed it in like 2 weeks. Needed to get that done. So yeah, but this little new coral escape just changes some stuff around. And what I want to plan to do, I may move that coral, I may move it away lower. I'm gonna put all euphyllias on this side. So I have another hammer that was on here, and in a little time I took it from 75 gallon, went from 2 and a tiny head to 1 and a tiny head, a 1 and then a tiny head at the back to 3 heads. So this tiny head split off, got big and split off here, so looking good. So I'm planning on putting maybe moving this coral over, putting just a bunch of euphyllias around here, and then the 2 torches here and some pallies, and then I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this. I may just leave this in the sand bed for the most part. It's been doing okay. Oh, once I send the 75-gallon tank back up, I may put it back in there. These, I move these back a little bit so it can start encrusting or growing onto the rock, and that way I have the pallies down at the bottom. And then I'm gonna keep some of the SPS over here. So this acro, not sure what it is. It's a green polyps with purple skin, and yeah, it's a fast growing acro. It might be just one of those easy to grow acros. It does slime up a bit, so it may be a form of the green slimer. I'm not 100% sure. And then have this forest fire digitata that was up here, moved it down. So it's not in the way of the frog spawns anymore. I may have to move this stylophora down to here, or right next to its twin. So these two are the same coral. This was the base, and then this was like one little frag that just broke off, and this entire coral is dying in the 75-gallon. So I decided, let me just try it in here, and as you can see, they all has taken off. They look pretty good. So this is much bigger than the actual base. So happy, you know, corals are always doing good in this system. And then this forest fire digitata, it was a little bit up front, so it was right here, and it was being stung a whole lot by the frog spawn. So I just went ahead and put it back there. That way it won't get stung. Yep. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video, guys. Oh, one more thing. Let me show you this clam. It's fully opened. There's no shadows over it, so it's enjoying this little life right here. But yeah, guys, so that pretty much does it for this video. If you guys like it, go in and hit the like button down below, and also remember to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.